Hi everyone, again. I'm presenting you Laura Morinigo to do about presentation about Firebase machine learning. Thank you.
Hi everybody, how are you? Nice to have you here after lunch. I know that it's kind of hard. I hope you have coffee already. So let's start with Firebase meets machine learning. Okay, today we're going to talk about two topics. The first one, Firebase. How many of you have already tried Firebase? Raise your hand. Okay, nice. And what about machine learning? Okay, so you can go. No, just kidding. So maybe you're asking yourself what this girl is doing with this kind of weird accent. Yeah, well, I'm Laura. I'm originally from Argentina to far away South America. Right now I'm traveling around. I'm based in Germany, in Berlin. I'm a software developer. Most of my job is regarding JavaScript. I'm working a lot because I'm working as a freelancer. I'm a digital nomad. Right now I'm just traveling and working. And also I'm a community organizer. I'm part of the organization of this wonderful community called GDG. I'm part of GDG Rio de la Plata in Argentina, and also a woman tech maker organizer. Feel free to ask me any questions regarding these topics about freelancing, digital nomad, or communities. After the talk, I'm here, okay? And also, I'm a mentor. I love teach and education projects. So basically, that's what I do. Let's continue with the other talk. Okay, let's talk about Firebase. Well, I'm glad that I hear that most of you already know Firebase. Right now, as I'm working as a freelancing, most of my time I use Firebase a lot. Firebase is the developer's platform. For me, it's like, yeah, it helps me every day. Not only to improve my product, okay? Also because I work a lot with startups. And sometimes I earn so many time just doing serverless applications, doing some functionality like hosting, okay? Most of my job is regarding websites. But right now, I've started to work a lot with mobile, using JavaScript. If you already didn't try it before, you can try native script because I'm not Android or iOS developer, but right now I'm trying to mix Firebase with native script, and it's working really good. And Firebase is, as I already told you before, the developer's platform. Why? Because we can use a lot of functionality to help us improve our product, okay, and save time. Do you know right now, time is money, time are resources, and for me as a freelancer, and I also work with a lot of startups, Firebase is an essential solution. So in this time, I will talk a little bit about some functionality that we can already use. Most of you, I think that have you already used Firebase, like analytics, real-time database, storage, and authentication. But for me, I am not a mobile developer, as you already hear about. I write more websites or serverless applications, but the real functionality is mobile. So if you haven't tried before to develop with iOS or Android, I would suggest that you have to try things like analytics, okay? Because later we're going to talk about some specific functionality that you can mix with mobile products, okay? So here in this case, we have analytics, real-time database, storage, and authentication. So Firebase, for me, it had helped me a lot to win a lot of clients. Sometimes they ask me, okay, but are you going to take care about hosting? And I say, yes, of course. And okay, and what about the database, the server, and all that stuff? Yeah, I got everything covered. Yeah, because Firebase did already done everything for me. And in this case, we are going to talk about something more, about machine learning. I know most of you have already tried machine learning. Does any of you, I don't like to talk just on my own, so I'm gonna ask some questions. I have some books over there, so if you participate with me in this talk, I have some books for you. Who has already tried machine learning? Over there? What are you using in machine learning? TensorFlow? Okay. Okay, anybody else? Besides TensorFlow? Spark? Something like that? Okay, no. So in my case, when everybody talk about machine learning, it's like, yeah, I'm a super scientist or something like that. And it's even easy that it seems, right? Because we said, oh, machine learning, the future, AI, it seems like science fiction, but it's not. Machine learning is about data, okay? It's about statistics, and it's about all of that and analysis, okay? So in my case, the first time that I was trying to learn about machine learning, not using TensorFlow, anybody of that, I remember that I was checking a book. I was trying to check how can I do my own machine learning using JavaScript. It was about how you can write some functionality if you put like a quote or a sentence in your language, and you can figure out if it's a good sentiment or not. So basically, it's just you should just provide data, and with all that data, you do some statistics. And I realized I was really bad at statistics at college, so I was always wondering, why am I going to use that? Well, machine learning, okay? And then after that, you got the data, you got the statistics, and then you got the analysis, okay? So regarding those three elements, you can start working with machine learning, okay? Basically, those are the concepts about machine learning. Of course, you have different types to work with machine learning. Like TensorFlow, you need to train a solution, okay? But also for developers like me, like need a lot of clients, like need quick solutions, you got another kind of solutions, okay? Regarding machine learning, this is something that it's really on top right now. In the last Google I.O. that we had the chance to go with many of you, one of the first basics was AI first, okay? Years before, it was mobile first, like responsive first. And right now, they are focusing on AI first. What do you mean with that? Because as I already told you before, sometimes when you talk about AI and machine learning, it seems just like something for data scientists or something that is not easy to access to everybody. But right now we have something that is called AI democratization, okay? That it seems like Google, especially, and other companies are going to provide us, for the software developers, tools to get access to AI easily and to provide tools and products that use AI. So it seems basically like AI is the future. So, but in our case, as developers, how can we use machine learning? Is there an easiest way besides formulas, statistics, or reading books or studying data science? Well, we have different options. In the case of Google, we have TensorFlow, where we can use our trained models, okay? And also you have another products like Spark and different kinds. In my case, I've just tried TensorFlow, but sometimes we already know which data, we already know which kind of solution we need, okay? So basically, we also have machine learning models, okay? that are ready for us to use, okay? In the case of Google, Google provides us the whole cloud machine learning models that we can already use. In this case, we are going to take some of the Cloud Vision API, and you're not going to believe how easy it is to use that. But also besides that, we have Cloud Speak API, Jobs API. That one is not really useful. If does any of you have used Jobs API? No, it's kind of old. It's not really useful at all. But in the case of Speak API, Translation API, okay, Cloud Video Intelligence API. I mean, all the data is already provided over there, and it's easy to figure out why Firebase is combining with machine learning. We are going to realize why later, but let's try to think about this. If you already have a really amount of data, especially if we are talking about Google, of course, or Amazon, right now the most important thing regarding technology is data, because besides statistics, besides technology, everything is based on data. And as we already have some data, we can provide, in example, image classifications, okay, detect which kind of image you're using. An example, let's say Snapchat. How many of you use the filter with Snapchat to say, okay, a dog, whatever, yeah? And yeah, we can use machine learning also to have fun. And also you have the translation API. When you can do real-time translation, it will work for me to learn some Turkish because I'm like, yeah. And also the natural language API, when we can use, in example, Google Assistance, okay? All these tools are already open and ready for us to use it, okay? So what if we combine a powerful tool for developers to improve our products and AI? You're like, yeah, the wonderful developers that we can provide amazing products. Of course, if we know how to use that, right? So let's see how we can combine first Firebase, and then we're gonna take another news that we already have with machine learning, okay? The first part is Cloud Functions. This one is really easy to use. How many of you already use Cloud Functions over there? What did you use? I have the books already here, so. And I have another one, the other one that it was used in TensorFlow. Yeah, I remember you. You have a book. Could you please? Just put it, no, just one. Just one, please. Oh yeah, how did you use? Sorry.
I used to get notifications in my iOS app.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Cloud Functions. But what is Cloud Functions and how we can use that? Basically, we can integrate Firebase with cloud functionality. But that what you do is extend cloud services, okay? Basically, what it will do is to listen to events and then respond to those events, okay? Which kind of events? I don't know, maybe a user can sign up to your application and you can send an email or a welcome message, okay? Before that, if you want to do some kind of this stuff, you need to have your own Node.js server, in example. I have a story that one day I have like another presentation how you can integrate Firebase with Node.js, and I already did like a whole app that you can check when a new user is submitting and send him an email, and the next day Cloud Functions appear. So I need to change everything, because right now, you don't need that. Because if you integrate Cloud Functions, you can detect when the user already saved data in your database. You can check and listen to some events, okay? And also do something with these events, okay? So in this case, we are going to talk about Google Cloud Vision API, okay? That basically, it detects objects and content. Somebody's leaving. You're not going to have a book. So basically, it detects objects and its content, and also what it does is sentimental analysis, and also what it does is text extract. I mean, we can take a picture, okay, and extract the text and do something with the text, okay? So basically, how we can combine Cloud Vision API with Firebase, okay? Does any of you have combined both? Okay, I was like, there's a huge book over there, but yeah, no worry. Okay, so how it works. We're going to use some functionalities regarding Firebase, and we're going to combine with Cloud Functions, okay? So we are going to have Firebase hosting. This one is really easy. And maybe what we are going to use is cloud storage, okay? In example, we are going to have an app where we are going to save an image. So we are going to save our image into the cloud storage, okay? So the Cloud Functions will detect when a new image is uploaded to the storage. So it will connect to the Vision API. So we are going to have an event that it will catch when you are going to have a new image or new file into the storage. It will detect the event. It will do something with the Vision API. We are going to check which kind of tools we can provide. But it will do something with the Vision API, and then it will insert this image, or it will do something with the Firebase database, okay? So basically, we are going to combine some Firebase functionality, okay, with the Vision API. So the first thing that we need to do, of course, we're going to have a project with Firebase. Also, you have to take the Firebase CLI, and also you need to provide to your project the Firebase Functions NPM model. So besides Firebase Tools CLI, you need to provide the Firebase Functions model. You're going to see that right now you're going to have a new folder that is related with functions, okay? And then when you're going to have Cloud Functions, it's almost like working with Node.js, okay? So you're going to have Node.js functionality. If you're familiar with the Node.js environment, this one is really easy to provide. You're going to call the Firebase Functions module over there, and then, of course, you're going to call the Firebase admin in the case that you're going to initialize the application and going to use some of the admin functions. So basically, this is just to start your app in the server side, okay? And then, what about the Cloud Vision API? How can I detect which kind of image I'm uploading or something like that? It's like 2,000 lines of code or something? No. It's something like this, okay? If we can start checking what is this code about, it's really easy to figure out. First of all, we already called the Cloud Functions, okay? I got a whole project with this. This is such a small part, of course. You can check GitHub is already done. We're going to have the demo, so you can figure out how you can do that. So let's say that we have our app and we need to filter some of the images that we are uploading. Check if they are not violence or any kind of that. So we are going to do a new function And right now, as you can see, we are calling the storage, okay? And we are calling an event, okay? There's an event here that is called onChange, so we'll detect when something in our storage is changing. In this case, it's like when we are uploading an image or a file, okay? And then, of course, this is just code. You're gonna do something, but this is just the only line, okay, that after you get your image, is your file, it works with Google Vision API and check if it's violence or not. So at the same time, you can provide this violence and another kind of image that you don't want to. But in this case, I'm just testing with violence. And you can work with this classification, okay? And let's say, okay, if it's violence, you can send a message, you can do something with an image. There are another kind of tools that Google Vision API that provides to modify your image, like blurry the image. We're gonna do a demo later. And also, after that, if everything is okay, if it's not violence or blood or whatever, you can do something, whatever you want, okay? So basically, with 2 lines of code, we can use Cloud Vision API. And in this case, yeah, it seems like pretty simple example, but imagine what we can do if we use the other functionalities about machine learning. In example, speak detection, okay, Google Assistance, okay. There are just the data. Data is already provided by us, and also the classification and the way to detect what kind of data it is provided, but in this case, Vision API. But we can have another kind of functionality, okay? So later, we're going to have a demo to check what's going on with this. But right now, we don't only have just cloud functions or something like that. Are you tweeting? Are you making some tweets? No, you're paying attention, right? Because for those that are using the hashtag DevFest, I'm going to give you a book. Yeah, just to try to participate. Come on. I know that we just have lunch and we are almost sleepy, but yeah, we need coffee and have fun, right? Yes, and later, besides using Google Cloud, besides using that functionality, we have something more that is related with machine learning. At the last Firebase Summit in Amsterdam that I have the chance to go, there was this news that is called Firebase Predictions. And with this one, yes, it is just for mobile. But what is it? It's basically how you can combine Firebase with Google Analytics. Okay? Have you already used Google Analytics with your app? Yeah, right now? Yeah, you're like, yes. Yes, I want a book. So basically, Firebase Predictions, it combines Google Analytics, the data that you have in your application, okay? And then what it does, it uses dynamic user groups that we're going to check which kind of groups you can have. It is scheduling every 7 days. And based on this information, it does predictions, okay? That every prediction is made with this real data. But which kind of predictions and which kind of user groups do we have? We are going to have, in this case, data that will check if these users are engaged with our app, if they are using our app, if they are spending money in our application, okay? And basically, with predictions, we can know that, does any of you knows what is churn? Yes, you got the book, or you, whatever. yeah. Here it's like, no, it's okay. No, but this one is really important because I don't know, so.
About churn definition? Okay. It's the user who is paying to you, to your product, stop to pay you. It's churn rate. Okay. Is it?
Yeah, you got a book? I need more books. Yeah, basically we're going to have two kinds of users. We're going to use the word churn and also the word spend, okay? So in this case, yeah, I'm going to give you the book later. Just not to walk around. So we are going to have the word churn and the word spend, okay? So what does it matter for us? To have money with our app, right? So we need to check if the user is engaged with our application, check if they are spending money with our application. So basically, with all their information regarding our app, what it will do is send us some statistics, something like this, okay? So in this case, this is just for mobile, not for web. In my case, I've just tried once. It works, but yeah, I would love to have more like web or big architecture websites, like we can provide this, but no. This is just for mobile. So in this case, it says, okay, churn. Which percentage for the next week are you waiting for people that maybe is spending money in your app, or maybe they are not spending money in your app, okay? So with this kind of probabilities or statistics, you can also check like which kind of promotions you can do with different users, okay? You can check, in example, if you need to check those users that are active but not spending money in your application, okay? So this is basically the new feature that Firebase provides you if you're a mobile developer, that what you can do is, first, you need to connect with Google Analytics, check these in these variables, churn and spend. There are more kind of statistics, but these ones are like the basics, okay? And every week, regarding your data that you already have regarding your users, you will refresh and you can figure out how many users are going to, the predictions are going to spend money in your app or not, that how many users are using your app if you need to pay attention to them, okay? If they're spending your money, maybe they need, I don't know, a specific book. And then, basically, if you are using Firebase predictions, it will help you regarding monetization, and especially regarding to check what's going on with your users, okay? But first of all, try to catch up with Google Analytics, okay? And regarding that, you can check what's going on in the marketing side of your app, okay? As developers, I don't know you, but right now, as I'm working as a freelancing, I don't know any of business or marketing. So sometimes it's like this kind of stuff, it helps me a lot to think, okay, which features I need to provide, or, okay, this is not working, most of my users are not using this functionality, I need to check what's going on here, okay? So basically, besides marketing or besides checking if your app is doing money or not, check your users' engagement, okay? So right now, let's go to the demo. I need some help because the keyboard is in Turkish and I'm like, yeah, just, yeah, with a double. Yes, chat. So put the double screen so I can use it. Yeah, it's online. It's yeah. Can you put that? the screen over here. Yeah, it's here. Yes, yes. So that there's no way that I can use both screens. Okay, you can go. You can be my assistant, my Google assistant. Can you put the screen over there? Okay, Google. Yeah. Okay, we have this is like the typical chat room that we already know about Firebase, okay? Most of you have already tried this one, but we are going to add one functionality that is regarding Cloud Vision API. So if you want, you can sign up with your account. Yeah, there's no way that you can use the two screen. Oh, okay. Try. And you can go also to this URL. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh, the connection is not working. Okay. Okay, basically, it can happen, okay? So I'm gonna tell a few jokes right now. No, okay. Yeah, I don't think that we have connection. Yeah. So I will just talk about it. I have the code in my GitHub if you want. We're gonna take a look at maybe later. Also, if you have questions, I'm available. But did you remember the code that we were talking about, Cloud Vision API, right? So basically, here we are using Firebase hosting, okay? We are using Firebase authentication. And what we are going to do is just log in. Imagine that we are logging to the application. And we're going to start talking. And in this case, every time a new user is signing in, what we can do is say hi, in example. There's a bot that we already provide using Google Cloud Functions that you can say hi. Yeah, try to go if you have internet. Yeah, and also, what you can do, we're going to, no, right? No. Okay, no worries. So in this case, imagine that we are living in a wonder world. And also, when you want to upload a new image, okay, it will take which kind of image are you uploading, okay? Because if you're going to be in a public chat, you need to take a look, okay? So an example, what we can do is, first of all, try to check which kind of image is using. And let's say that I'm going to upload an image that is full of like The Walking Dead, zombie, or something like that. If it's classified with the Google Vision API, what it will do is check that the image, the content of the image is violence, and then using Cloud Vision API tool, what it will do is blur the image, okay, automatically with just that line, okay? So yes. Yeah, okay, that's a demo. But try to go to the app. Anyway, that's a link over there. You can go and try. The GitHub is already there. What you can do is using the Google Vision API. Okay, no, it's not working. Does any of you already try? Okay, you can try it in your home later as a homework. You're going to spend all the week coding because I already know that you're really excited about it. Okay, let's go back to the presentation, please. Okay, Google, let's go back to the presentation. But hey, if you want, I can show you in my phone or, yeah, whatever. So basically, with those 2 lines of code, you can check which kind of image are you uploading into your storage, check if it's violence or not, and do something after you detect that. In this case, what I'm doing is blurry the image, okay? If you're interested in the code, everything is in GitHub. You can check the hosting and all that stuff. And yeah, let's go. Okay, Google, let's go to the presentation. Maybe if you go one over there. Okay, Google. Okay, now forget about the seriously part. Let's imagine that everything have work and all the stuff. So, okay. But this presentation will be online. You can try it out. Also, I'm going to try it with my phone because it's responsive. And, okay, so with this, that one is a really easy demo. It's not only using a Google Vision API, it already uses Google Cloud Functions to detect when a new user is signing up to your chat. It says, it have like a bot that it says, welcome, and with this one, in my case, I've been working with AI, not using with this kind of apps only. I'm working with a lot of startups, and right now, it's something that is really useful. If you're a software developer, I will say that besides working on your own or working in a company, try to do your own projects, okay? If you believe that you can create something, just try it. Right now you have the resources. It's not just go and, I don't know, do assembler or something like that. My respect for those that are doing assembler. But right now we have the resources. We have the enthusiasts, we have the tools, okay? We can use AI easily. So it's all up to you to start creating software. Because we are software developers, but we are creators also, I think so, right? So my last message is for you right now that I would love to have you new ideas about how to use AI with your products. Because it's really easy to use. We already have the tools. And also, we can combine with Firebase. Everything is ready for us to start using that. Start creating your own products, your own ideas. Right now, AI, big data is everything that is on top. And if you can start doing something right now, it will go better for us, of course. So creativity is intelligence, having fun. First of all, have fun. We are software developers, but we are not boring people, I think so. Let's say. And be creative, okay? Never stop creating, okay? Okay, thank you very much. So sorry about the demo. I'm gonna talk to you if you have any questions. I can show you maybe my computer or something like that. Any questions here? Yes.
I'm going to ask about the predictions because we just saw some percentages and stuff. Depending on to what kind of predictions does it make? Do we need to feed events to the Google Analytics or something? It's like that.
Here he asks if to use Firebase predictions, we need to feed like events to Google Analytics. Yeah, that's the first thing that you need to do to start using Firebase predictions. You need to check with Google Analytics, feed with some data. In example, we just check the churn and the spend, how many users. But you need to, as all databases, all AI or big data, you need to feed with some data first. So in this case, you're going to use Google Analytics to check your data and then feed your app with that data. So later, weekly, you are going to have these predictions. Any other questions? Coffee? Okay, thank you very much.